You wake up at 6 in the morning and the bedroom looks like it's underwater. You walk to the kitchen and the calendar on the wall is just a blur until you blink 3 times. You sit down to read the paper and the letters drift in and out of focus. You squint at a price tag at the grocery store. You grip the steering wheel a little tighter than you used to when an oncoming car's headlights hit your windshield at night. And somewhere along the way, somebody told you this is just what eyes do after 60. That is the lie I want to take apart today. The American Academy of Ophthalmology has been clear about this for years. After the age of 60, your eyes do become more vulnerable. Dry eyes, cataracts, macular degeneration, glaucoma, sudden vision changes in one eye, all of these become significantly more common. But more common is not the same as inevitable. The National Eye Institute reports that vision loss in older Americans is rising faster than at any point in recorded history, and the single biggest reason for that is something most patients are never told. The most serious damage to your eyes is not happening while you are reading or driving or watching television. It is happening while you sleep. I am Dr. Samuel Hart. Stay with me to the end because the number one fruit on this list is one that almost certainly is sitting in a bowl or a bag in your kitchen right now. And you have probably been eating it in the exact way that strips out most of the eye protection it could be giving you. Here is what almost no one explains. At night, your retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye, goes through its deepest repair cycle of the day. Damaged photoreceptor cells are rebuilt, inflammation is cleared, waste products are flushed. The macula, the tiny patch of retina responsible for the sharp central vision you use to recognize faces and read words, restores its pigment density. This is not poetic language. It is biology you can measure under a microscope, and it requires 3 things to happen properly. Adequate blood flow to the retina, specific antioxidant compounds at the cellular level, and targeted nutrients that the eye literally cannot synthesize on its own. When those 3 things are missing, the overnight repair does not happen the way it should. The damage from yesterday carries forward into tomorrow. Day by day, week by week, year by year, it accumulates. That is why so many adults over 60 wake up with vision that takes an hour to fully clear, and why most of them assume it is just age. It is not just age, it is correctable in a meaningful way, and the correction is not a pill bottle. It is what you eat in the 90 minutes before bed. In the next 20 minutes, I am going to walk you through 7 fruits that the research suggests directly support your eye's overnight repair process. For each one, I will tell you which specific eye problem it targets, what is happening inside the eye when you eat it, the published evidence for the effect, and exactly how to eat it the right way, including the timing details that almost everyone gets wrong. This is educational information only. It is not medical advice, and it is not a substitute for an eye exam. If you have a known eye condition, a new vision change, or any concerns about your eye health, please see your ophthalmologist or optometrist before making changes to your diet or your routine. Before we count down, do me one favor. Drop a comment below telling me which symptom hits you hardest. Is it morning blurriness, night driving glare, eye strain on screens, dry eyes? Your answer tells me which video to make next. I read every comment that comes in. Let's start with number 7. Number 7, pomegranate. The fruit nobody thinks of for eyes, and the one with some of the most interesting vascular research behind it. Here is what pomegranate addresses specifically: slowed blood flow to the retina, which is one of the single biggest reasons your vision is worse in the morning than it is at noon. The tiny capillaries that feed the back of your eye need a constant supply of oxygen-rich blood to do their repair work overnight. When those capillaries are stiff, narrow, or sluggish, the repair does not happen. Pomegranate contains a class of compounds called punicolagens, which are among the most potent natural vasodilators identified in food science. They support nitric oxide production in your blood vessels, the same molecule that relaxes and widens the capillaries throughout your body, including the ones feeding your retina. Research published in the journal Phytomedicine has shown that regular pomegranate consumption is associated with measurable improvements in vascular function, particularly in adults over 60 with early signs of vascular stiffness. How to use it. A small glass of fresh pomegranate juice, no more than 4 ounces or half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds, about 90 minutes before bed. The pro tip almost no one mentions. Do not buy from concentrate pomegranate juice. The high heat processing destroys most of the punicolagens, which means you are essentially drinking sugar water with a label. Look for cold pressed or fresh seeds. The difference in active compound concentration is significant. Number 6, wild blueberries. Not the large, watery supermarket blueberries. The small, dark, frozen wild ones. The difference between them is not marketing, it is chemistry. Wild blueberries contain nearly double the concentration of anthocyanins, the deep purple-blue pigments that protect your retina from oxidative damage during the overnight repair cycle. Anthocyanins also support the regeneration of rhodopsin, the visual pigment responsible for your ability to adjust from bright light to darkness. If you have started struggling with night driving, with halos around streetlights, or with the few seconds of blindness that happen when you walk from a bright room into a dim hallway, that is rhodopsin not regenerating fast enough. The compounds in wild blueberries directly support that process. A clinical study out of the University of Maine, published in 2019, followed older adults who consumed a cup of wild blueberries daily for 12 weeks. The participants showed measurable improvements in visual acuity, contrast sensitivity, and dark adaptation compared to controls. These are not subtle markers. These are exactly the symptoms patients over 60 describe to me every single week. How to use it? Let's look at the best way to add these to your routine. About a third of a cup of wild blueberries eaten at room temperature, roughly an hour before bed. Here is the detail that destroys results for most people. Do not eat blueberries with milk or yogurt. The casein proteins in dairy bind to anthocyanins in the stomach and dramatically reduce absorption. If you eat your blueberries in a bowl of yogurt every night thinking you are doing your eyes a favor, you are actually blocking most of the benefit. The fix is simple: eat them on their own, or freeze them lightly and let them thaw before eating, which breaks down the cell walls and increases bioavailability further. Number 5, avocado. Yes, technically a fruit, and the one almost no one connects to eye health, even though the research on it is some of the strongest on this entire list. Here is what makes avocado different from everything else we have discussed so far. The eye protective nutrients in fruits like blueberries, kiwi, and goji berries, the lutein and zeaxanthin we are going to keep coming back to, are fat soluble. That means your body cannot absorb them efficiently without dietary fat present at the same time. You can eat the most nutrient-dense fruit on this planet, and if you eat it without a source of healthy fat, you may absorb only a fraction of what it offers. Avocado solves that problem in 2 ways at once. First, it is itself an excellent source of lutein. Second, when eaten alongside other fruits, its monounsaturated fat content has been shown to increase the absorption of carotenoids from those fruits by more than 4 times. Yes, 4. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition demonstrated this effect specifically with lutein absorption from salads, and the principle applies broadly. How to use it? A quarter of a ripe avocado, sliced and eaten alongside your blueberries, your kiwi, or your goji berries roughly an hour before bed. You do not need much. The fat content does its work in small amounts. The pro tip: if you have never tried this combination, mash a quarter avocado with a few wild blueberries and a small drizzle of honey. It tastes far better than it sounds, and it is one of the highest bioavailability eye nutrient combinations you can put together at home. I want to pause here for a moment. If even one of these has surprised you so far, tap the like button. That single tap pushes this video toward the next person who is squinting at their phone screen right now and wondering if anything can actually help. Now let's keep going, because the next 3 are where the research gets genuinely exciting, and the number 1 is one I personally make sure to keep in my kitchen at all times. Number 4, Tart cherries. Specifically the Montmorency variety, which is the one with the published research behind it. Tart cherries do something none of the other fruits on this list do. They are one of the few natural food sources of melatonin, the hormone that signals your body to enter deep sleep. And here is why that matters for your eyes specifically. The overnight repair process I described at the beginning of this video happens almost entirely during the deep sleep stages of your sleep cycle. If you are not reaching deep sleep, or if you are spending too little time in it, your eyes simply do not get the repair window they need, regardless of what fruit you eat. This is the part most people miss. Eye nutrition and sleep quality are not 2 separate topics, they are one topic. If your sleep is poor, your eye repair is poor. Tart cherries address both ends of that problem at once. They deliver anthocyanins, the same family of compounds we discussed with blueberries, while also supporting the sleep architecture that allows those compounds to actually do their work. A study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed tart cherry juice twice daily for 2 weeks showed significant increases in melatonin levels, longer total sleep time, and improved sleep efficiency. How to use it: half a cup of tart cherries, fresh or frozen, or 4 ounces of pure tart cherry juice, no added sugar, about 90 minutes before bed. The pro tip: do not pair tart cherries with caffeine even hours earlier. Caffeine consumed in the late afternoon can blunt the melatonin response from Tart cherries entirely. If you are going to invest in this fruit, give it a clean window to work in. Number 3, mango. This is the unexpected one on the list and the one I most want you to remember if you only remember one. Mango is one of the highest natural dietary sources of zeaxanthin, the carotenoid that concentrates specifically in your macula, the small central patch of retina that handles your sharpest vision. Lutein, which we have discussed several times already, protects the outer regions of the retina. Zeaxanthin protects the very center, the part you use to read this screen, recognize a face, or thread a needle. As you age, the pigment density of your macula declines. That decline is one of the foundational mechanisms behind age-related macular degeneration, which remains the leading cause of irreversible central vision loss in adults over 60. Restoring and maintaining macular pigment density is one of the most directly protective things you can do for your central vision. A study published in Nutrients followed older adults who consumed 1 cup of fresh mango daily for several weeks. The participants showed measurable increases in macular pigment optical density, which is a direct objective marker of macular protection. That is not a soft outcome. That is a measurable structural improvement in the tissue responsible for your most important vision. How to use it. 1 cup of fresh ripe mango eaten at room temperature roughly an hour before bed. Pair it with a small amount of healthy fat, a few slices of avocado, a small handful of walnuts, or a teaspoon of coconut oil stirred in. The carotenoids in mango are fat-soluble, and the fat dramatically increases absorption. The pro tip: eat it fresh, not dried. Dried mango is loaded with added sugar and has lost most of its enzymatic activity, which means most of the real benefit is gone. Frozen mango chunks thawed to room temperature retain their nutritional density and are an excellent alternative if fresh is not available. Number 2, papaya. This is the fruit I personally consider the single most underrated eye food in the American kitchen, and the one that targets one of the most destructive and least discussed processes inside your aging eye. The process is called glycation. When blood sugar levels are even slightly elevated, glucose molecules bind to proteins throughout your body, including the proteins in the lens of your eye. Over time, those sugar-protein bonds form what scientists call advanced glycation end products, which cloud your lens and contribute directly to the formation of cataracts. This process is happening silently and continuously in nearly every adult over 60, and it is one of the reasons cataract surgery has become one of the most common operations in this country. Papaya contains a unique enzyme called papain, which has been studied for its anti-inflammatory and protein-modifying properties. Combined with the high vitamin A, C, and E content of papaya, the fruit delivers a combination of nutrients that has been linked in research to improve tear film stability, reduced ocular surface inflammation, and protection against the glycation-driven changes underlying early lens clouding. A study published in Clinical Nutrition Research has shown that older adults who consumed papaya regularly demonstrated lower circulating markers of glycation and improvements in dry eye symptoms within several weeks. For seniors dealing with morning blurriness, gritty dryness, or early lens changes, those are real-world, meaningful outcomes. How to use it. 1 cup of ripe papaya cubes eaten at room temperature about an hour before bed. 2 details matter. Fresh is dramatically better than processed, and room temperature is dramatically better than cold. Take it out of the refrigerator a full 30 to 60 minutes before eating. Cold temperatures suppress enzyme activity, and you want papain at full strength when it reaches your digestive system. The pro tip: squeeze fresh lime juice over your papaya before eating. The vitamin C in lime significantly boosts your body's absorption of vitamin A from the papaya, and it tastes better. Do not pair papaya with dairy. The same absorption blocking problem we discussed with blueberries applies. Number 1, goji berries. The fruit that tops this entire list, and the one with thousands of years of traditional use behind it specifically for eye health, now backed by clinical research that has matured significantly over the past decade. Here is what makes goji berries unique. They are among the highest natural dietary sources of zeaxanthin on the planet, and the specific form of zeaxanthin they contain is unusually bioavailable. The macula, which we already discussed as the central vision zone of your retina, concentrates zeaxanthin more aggressively than almost any other tissue in the body. Increasing dietary zeaxanthin is one of the most direct ways to increase macular pigment density. And macular pigment density is the single strongest measurable predictor of long-term central vision preservation in adults over 60. A study published in the journal Nutrients followed older adults who consumed a measured serving of goji berries 5 days a week for 90 days. The results showed a significant increase in macular pigment optical density compared to controls. And no participant showed further progression of macular degeneration during the study period. That is not a trivial outcome. That is a measurable structural protection of the tissue most responsible for the vision you use to live your life. How to use it? 2 tablespoons of dried goji berries, soaked in warm water for 10 minutes, then eaten roughly 30 minutes before bed. Soaking softens them and dramatically improves digestibility, which matters for older digestive systems. The pro tip that almost no one knows: pair your soaked goji berries with a single square of high-quality dark chocolate, at least 85% cacao. The flavonoids in dark cocoa have been shown in research to enhance carotenoid absorption, and the pairing creates a synergy your macula can actually use. The combination also tastes far better than goji berries alone, which is worth mentioning honestly. Now, before you go and rearrange your entire kitchen, there are 5 rules that determine whether all of this actually works for you. Without these 5 rules, you can eat every single fruit on this list and absorb only a fraction of the benefit. Rule 1. Separate from dairy. Casein proteins in milk, yogurt, and cheese bind to anthocyanins, carotenoids, and several other key eye nutrients in your stomach, and they block absorption. If your nightly routine includes a glass of warm milk or a small bowl of yogurt with your fruit, you are actively undoing most of the work you are trying to do. Give yourself at least 90 minutes between any dairy and your evening fruit. Treat the fruit as a clean, standalone snack. Rule 2. Always pair with a small amount of healthy fat. The most important eye nutrients on this list are fat-soluble. Without a small amount of fat eaten at the same time, your body cannot extract most of the benefit. A few walnuts, a slice of avocado, a teaspoon of flax oil, a small handful of pumpkin seeds. The fat itself does not have to be much, but it has to be there. Rule 3. Room temperature, not cold. Several of the active compounds, particularly the enzymes in papaya, and the bioavailable nutrients in mango and kiwi, function poorly when the food is cold. Take your fruit out of the refrigerator 30 to 60 minutes before eating. Let it come up to room temperature. This single change increases the active compound concentration your body actually receives. Rule 4. Eat in the right window. 60 to 90 minutes before bed is the sweet spot. Too early, and the nutrients are metabolized and cleared from your system before your eyes enter their primary repair cycle. Too late, and active digestion fragments the deep sleep stages your eyes need for the repair work to happen. Hit that 90-minute window consistently and you give the compounds the best possible chance to do what the research suggests they can do. Rule 5. Consistency over intensity. This is the rule that separates patients who see results from patients who do not. Eating one massive bowl of mixed fruit once a week will not move the needle. Eating one small serving every single night for 60 days will. The overnight repair process is cumulative. The macular pigment density improvements documented in the studies I referenced did not happen in 3 days. They happened over weeks of consistent intake. Pick 2 or 3 fruits from this list that you genuinely enjoy. Rotate them, stick with them, give it 60 days before you decide whether it is working. 7 fruits, ranked by what the research suggests they offer your aging eyes during their overnight repair window. Pomegranate for retinal blood flow. Wild blueberries for photoreceptor protection. Avocado for absorbing every other nutrient on this list. Tart cherries for the sleep architecture your eyes need. Mango for macular pigment density. Papaya for glycation defense and tear film stability. And goji berries for the most targeted macular protection of any food in the human diet. 5 rules. Separate from dairy. Always include fat. Room temperature, not cold. 90 minutes before bed. Consistency over intensity. I want to ask you something honestly. If your vision were noticeably clearer tomorrow morning, what is the very first thing you would want to look at? The face of someone you love. Watching a beautiful sunset that is clearer than before. Looking at a vibrant grandchild's drawing. The garden you have stopped maintaining because you cannot see the weeds anymore. The book you stopped reading because the print became too small. Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and the answers are some of the most meaningful messages I receive on this channel. This is not just about vision, it is about independence. It is about confidence behind the wheel. It is about looking at the people in your life and seeing every line on their face clearly. It is about the quality of the years you have ahead of you. Vision is one of the few senses that, once lost, almost never fully comes back. Protecting it while you still can is one of the most useful things you can do for the rest of your life. If this gave you something useful, please share it with someone you love who is over 60. There is a very good chance they are squinting at their phone right now, wondering if anything can actually help. Your share may be the single most useful thing you do for their health this entire year. Subscribe to the channel so you do not miss what is coming next. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 everyday foods that are quietly accelerating macular degeneration in adults over 60, the ones that are sitting in nearly every American kitchen and that almost nobody warns patients about. Everything I have shared with you today is educational only. It is not personal medical advice. If you are experiencing any vision changes, please see your eye care professional before making changes to your diet or supplements. I am Dr. Samuel Hart. Take care of your eyes. They are irreplaceable, and they have been working for you every second you have been alive. Give them 90 good minutes tonight. They will give you back the world. I will see you in the next video.